You cannot predict the future. I do not believe that they actually work, and I want big goals. I want big transformations. I was totally clueless.
And liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery.
Hi everyone, my name is Katerina Lengold. I'm an entrepreneur, an investor, and at the age of 23, I sold my tech startup and became the youngest executive in the world aerospace industry.
Space was cool.
In this video, I'm going to share the productivity system that I personally use and that I've developed for myself when I was building my company while also studying at MIT and trying to balance 100 things in my life. I hope that this system is going to help you achieve big goals, but at the same time maintain a healthy balance. Let's get started. So first of all, I do not believe in long-term goals. I do not believe that they actually work. I believe that you cannot predict the future. You can create the future, but you can't predict it.
Create the future.
So I see no way and no reason to set goals for a year or, God forbid, 5-10 years. I remember I was asked to do this exercise a few years ago and I was totally clueless. Like, what do I want to be and what I want to accomplish in 10 years from now? Like, the world is going to change. I am going to change a lot in this time frame. I have no idea. So instead of long-term goals, I set goals for 9-week sprints.
9.
This approach I actually borrowed from software development methodology called Agile, when instead of building the whole product at once, you create short sprints, a set of experiments that you set up to test your approach. And I think that it's very, very helpful to apply that also to personal planning. By the way, you can download a free copy in PDF of my productivity system, print it out, and start using it. There is a link below in the description. So 9-week sprints instead of long-term goals. What else? So during 9 weeks, I try to accomplish 3 main goals in 3 categories. Previously, I was just focused completely on my career development and there was no balance in my life. To promote that balance, now I have 3 different categories of goals, 1 in each sphere. The first one is career, anything that is related to professional growth. The second one is personal development, anything that makes me a better version of myself. Third one is related to relationships. We are all dependent on our, what I call social cocoon, people around us, our friends, family, colleagues, just professional circle, all of those people impact our lives and are this foundation which we all need to prosper and to move forward and to feel happy. So there is a separate category of goals that is dedicated specifically to that social cocoon. So first one, career. Second one, personal growth. How do I become a better version of myself? Not necessarily tied to any financial outcome. And third one, how do I connect with people better? With my family, with my friends, with my coworkers. 3 goals, 9 weeks. Now, every sprint, I come up with ideas of 5 habits that I want to establish in my life. Daily habits. I believe that what you repetitively do is what defines you. Who you are as a person is defined by things that you do on a regular basis. If you exercise every day and eat healthy, you become a healthy person who is aware of taking care of himself or herself. If you're not doing that, if you're consistently ignoring the needs of your body, the needs of your friends, this is who you become. So we are what we repetitively do. And very little changes, the teeniest changes when they accumulate over time, make massive, massive difference. So I start very small, and this is an important thing that I learned the hard way because I'm very much an A type and I want big goals, I want big transformations, but this is not how our brain works. So instead, I focus on very, very small changes. So small habits. I call this approach space turtle. It's like a magical animal that moves slow, but on a consistent basis, so actually goes very, very far. And those little steps can take you pretty far. Instead of trying to, start working out every morning with like half an hour workout.
If the answer is yes, then you're ready for Captain Freedom's workout.
Start small, 5 exercises, each of them taking you 15 seconds, You will have no excuse not to do it. Even if you're in a rush, you still have time for that. So small habits, 5 habits per sprint that I try to do every single day. If you skip once, it's okay. Try not to skip twice. Your goal is to create repetitive action and to form a habit. This automation, and the way automation works in our brain is there is actually a strong connection between neurons in our brain that is being established by repetitive action. So we're literally transforming the structure of our brain on a physical level. It's pretty crazy to think about it, but that's exactly what happens. So now we've set up 3 goals, we've set up 5 habits. Now on a weekly basis, I capture all the incoming tasks on my phone. There's an app called Todoist that I use for that, but you can use pretty much any task manager, any to-do list. But the idea is that to immediately capture whatever comes to mind so that I don't have to memorize and think about it all the time. Now, on Sundays, I sit down with this massive list of tasks and decide what I want to focus on the following week. And I set tasks for each of the 3 categories, my goals for the sprint, and also unrelated tasks. I group them in my planner. And now I have the full list of things that I want to accomplish every week. By the end of the week, I also reflect on my progress, check how closer I'm getting to my goals, the goals of the sprint. How can I change my approach? What have I learned? And I also write a letter to somebody who impacted my life in that week. It's like a gratitude letter that is such a great thing to do, even if you're not going to adopt this productivity system. Now that I have this list of tasks for the week, every day I start my day with 3 priority tasks. These are the tasks that push me forward, that require some cognitive effort, that require creativity. So these are not easy tasks. These are the tasks that actually help me grow, help me progress. And I try not to start my day with meetings, with checking my email, with just doing things that are not really leveraging my maximum mental capacity that all of us have in the first part of a day. So in the morning, in the early afternoon, I focus on those priority tasks. After lunch, I focus on routine tasks that do not require as much concentration. I break my tasks into 25-minute intervals, which are called Pomodoros. To track those Pomodoros, I use an app which is called Forest. It's my favorite thing. Gamification. It works for all of us, even executives who look like serious people, but come on, we all like games.
You like playing games, don't you?
So the way it works is while you're concentrating on a task, there's a timer, and if you do not touch your phone for 25 minutes, then your tree grows. If there's some interruption, if you grab your phone, check your social media, then the tree dies. And your goal is to grow massive forest. So it's a good way to motivate yourself, but also the Pomodoro technique is a great way to stay concentrated, avoid interruptions, and you can actually get much more done. I typically schedule 5 Pomodoros before lunch and 5 Pomodoros after lunch. And then I have 2 to 3 Pomodoros of buffer time. This is super important. Never schedule more than 70-ish% of your work time, because things will change. There will be new things that you will have to take care of. Something will go crazy.
Otherwise you go crazy.
Some things will take more time than you expected. So you need some buffer time so that things don't get completely crazy. In the end of the day, this is my probably favorite part. It takes probably 60 seconds, maybe 2 minutes, but it's one of the most transformative things that I've really enjoyed doing. It's my daily journal. I write just 2 sentences. One is my achievement of the day. What have I accomplished today that I feel proud of? And it could be something very small, but it's important to celebrate even little victories. The second one is what and who I feel grateful for today. When you constantly scan your environment, not for negative stuff, but for things that you feel grateful for, that completely transforms the way the spam filter in your brain perceives the world.
I programmed my brain algorithms.
So it's such a powerful thing to do. And again, I do not believe that you should implement all these changes all at once in your life. But if you, start small, this is one of the things that I highly, highly recommend that you do. So this is it. Let me recap. First, 9-week sprints instead of long-term goals. 3 goals each sprint, 1 career related, 1 related to personal growth, and 1 is related to relationships, your social cocoon. 5 habits every 9 weeks, and you keep them very small at the beginning while you're building momentum, while you're building those neural connections so that those habits stick, and then you can build on top of that. Every week you define goals for the week, group them according to your sprint goals, and then every day you start your day with top priority goals, just 3 of those priority goals that you focus on before lunch, and after lunch you work on routine tasks. Those tasks you break into 25-minute intervals called POMODOROS, and you absolutely make sure that you have some buffer time in between those in case things go crazy. And finally, you keep a journal of your accomplishments and gratitude every single day, and just 2 lines will make a lot of difference for you. Okay, so this is it. You can download my planner using the link below. It's completely free. This is my attempt to give back and to share. I started sharing this in my home country. I'm an immigrant. I live in the United States, but I grew up in Russia.
It was invented in Russia.
And I started sharing this with people in Russia first, and this is where I've seen a lot of crazy changes in people's lives using my system. So I really hope that now when I'm translating this into English, I can make impact to more people's lives. I plan to make more videos on different aspects of productivity, from habits to saying no to my morning routine, just sharing things that worked for me and helped me achieve what I've achieved. I would really want you to let me know that this is valuable. Please subscribe to this channel using the link, this red link below. And also, question for you: what of those things you think you want to implement right away? Do you want to start with setting goals for 9-week sprints, or tracking your habits, or starting your day with 3 most important tasks, or maybe trying Pomodoro technique? Please comment in below. I would really want to know what resonates with you guys. And I'll see you in the next video very, very soon.